Okay, here is the cockpit with the computers installed, or the computer, which is actually in this board here. And we're going to go through and do some tests and see if we can't get the engines to start. So, first thing we're going to do is go through the switch position table in the manual that I have here sitting on the jump seat. And we want to make sure the left and right master switch is off, which is over here. That's off. Really can't see that, unfortunately. Sorry about that. The left and right magneto switches, both of them are off. Both right magneto switches are off. The circuit breaker for the left and right fuel boost pumps are in. Cowl flaps left and right are in. Starter and cowl flap motor are in. The left and right alternator switches are off, which is right here. The pitot heat is off. Surface de-ice is off. Left and right fuel pump are off. Cowl flaps are closed. Wing flaps are up. The norm freeze switch is set to freeze. The plotter scale selector is 15 nautical miles to an inch, which is that position. The plotter pin switch is up, which is here. And the key lock is off, which is what I've got set. Now, the map selector is set to 1. Now, I do not have the plotter, so any tests we're going to do are not going to be reflected in the plotter. So the fuel management cross feed is set to off. This chair squeaks like crazy. The left cutoff is push. Right cutoff is push. Left fuel select is off. Right fuel select is off. The power quadrant, left and right throttles are closed. Left and right prop is max. And left and right mixture is in cutoff. The radios, the transponder is off, which is here. COM1 is off, it is off. ADF is off. NAV1 is off. DME is off. NAV2 is off. The parking brake is on, which is, I've got the parking brake pulled here. The fault panel, which is sitting outside the cockpit, is all set. All controls are normal or off. The runway selector is position 2, and the wind velocity is 0. I need to go set position 2 on the panel, so I will be right back. Okay. Set the jump seat. Okay, so the simulator engine startup and run tests. So we're going to turn the simulator on. We've already set our switches, so now we're going to set our key lock to on. Holy cats, that's loud. Okay, so altimeter goes to 12 feet plus or minus 10 feet, which it basically has. I wonder if that's a panel vibrator or some kind. Panel lamps are on, which you can see some of these are lit up, some of them are not. Some bulbs need to be replaced. HSI lamps are not on. Dim to bright, which is the panel lighting. And we notice the change there, so that's good. Cooling fan is on. I think that's what's making all the racket. The RMI, HSI, and MagComp all read 360 degrees plus or minus 3 degrees. Yeah, not at all. Just what I needed. And motion in my Ring video doorbell while I'm filming. That's just awesome. The slip ball is centered. Landing gear lights are all 3 down and locked. Push to test all 4 lights. We're good. Landing gear switch is up. The 3 green lights go out, red light goes on, 2 seconds mount light goes off. Move the throttles up to stop the gear warning sound. Push landing gear switch down. Seatbelt sign is on. No smoking sign is on. And there we go. So, now we're going to do the panel tests. We're going to turn our left and right master switches on. We are going to depress the push to test to check all the initiator lights, which are those. The pneumatic in-op and alternator in-op should be on. We've got our left and right, or left and right pneumatics and left and right alternators are on. We're going to now set the left fuel select switch to inboard. So we do that, and we should see the fuel quantity gauge should indicate 53 plus or minus 4 gallons, which is right about there, and that's what we see. The left fuel pressure should be plus 35 psi plus or minus 4, which is what we've got. Turn the left fuel select to outboard, which we will go ahead and do. Our fuel quantity should now say 37 plus or minus, which it does. Fuel pressure should be 35, which it is. Pull the left boost pump circuit breaker. So that's that one. The fuel pressure gauge should go to 0, which it did, and we should get an indicator, which we did, which is this one right here. So we'll push that in. Push the left fuel pump switch on. So where's that at? Yeah, come on, I just had it. There we go. The fuel pressure should go to 46, which it does. Turn the right fuel select switch to inboard. We should get 53 plus or minus 4, and we do. And fuel pressure is coming up. We're going to set the right fuel select to outboard. And that should give us, what? Fuel pressure is 35, fuel quantity is 37, which is about what we have here. Set the right boost pump circuit breaker in, or pull it. We get our in-op the way we're supposed to. And we're going to set our right fuel pump switches to on. And we see the increase over here into the green. We're going to turn the alternator CV switch left and right on. We should get 50 ohms or 50 amps of current, and the exhaust gas temperature should be less than 800 degrees, which is right over here and is correct. The oil pressure should be less than 10 psi, which is where? Oil pressure, oil pressure, oil pressure. It's over here, and that's correct, because nothing's running. The cylinder temp should be less than 200. Where's my magic filament? Where's it at? There's manifold pressure, RPM, fuel flow. Maybe it's EGT, I'm not sure. Oil temp is less than 125, which is correct. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and reinitialize the simulator by turning everything off. And then I need to set the ILS runway select to position 1. So I'm going to go do that right now. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and do the engine start test. So we've got the runway selector already set up. We'll get the simulator turned on. We're going to set our transponder to 5337. So we're going to put it to standby and set it to 5337. We're going to set COM1 to 119.1. So COM1 is set to 119.1. ADF is 0373, which is we've got right here. Nav1 is 109.5, which we have set here. DME, when set to Nav2, should be 3 dots, which we have. Oops. DME, when positioned to Nav1, should be 0 plus or minus 0.2. Well, it's 0.1, so that's close enough for us. The audio panel high-low test switch to test. Oh, this is what it was talking about. This audio panel here, high-low and test. We put that in test, and I don't know if you can see that. There's the airway, the outer, and the middle marker lights. Okay, so we're going to turn the engine audio volume control to 3/4 loud, which I've got that set there. So what we're going to do is we're going to hit the left engine starter on. And we should hear some cranking. Yes, that's cranking, right? Left RPM should go to 450, plus or minus 50, which it's doing right here. The pneumatic in-op light should go out, which it did. Engine is not going to start because the mag switches are off. And we're going to do the same thing for the right to make sure that that does it. If you notice, the left manifold pressure is moving. Now we're going to do the right. We get the same cranking. Our left came on, our right went out, which is what we're supposed to see. So we're good. Okay, let's go ahead and start the left engine. So we're going to set both mag switches to on. We're going to move the left throttle to close, which is where it's at right now. The prop control is full forward where it's supposed to be. Now we're going to crank it for about 5 seconds, and then we're going to move the mixture from idle cutoff to rich to get the engine to start. So let's crank it. And we're going to move it to rich. And we now have a running left engine. Okay, so what we're going to go ahead and do is crank up the right engine. It's the same process. Oh, wait a minute, we are getting way ahead of ourselves. So left RPM should be about 600, which is what I'm seeing here. The manifold pressure should be 10 inches, which is what I'm seeing. We're going to move the mixture control to the idle cutoff position. And the engine should stop in 2 to 5 seconds, which it just did. Now we're going to engage the left starter switch and hold it. And we're going to slowly move the mixture out of idle cutoff until the engine just starts. There we go. Now we're going to run it all the way to rich. The gyro pressure gauge should go to 4.5 to 5.5, which is right here, and it has done that. Now we're going to slowly advance the left throttle and note the RPM indication when the left alternator in-op annunciator light goes out. So we'll move that up. You can see the RPM coming up. Because the simulation is in freeze mode, we're not actually going to move. That's pretty damn cool. The oil pressure should be 25 to 40. And Yeah. Yep, that's just about where I'm seeing it when I had it up there. Turn the left magneto switch to off. Or no, we're going to move up to 2,000 RPM. We're going to turn one of the mags off. And you should see a drop. So both mags are working right. Okay, we're going to move the prop to feather position. Oh, I think I broke something. I think I just blew the engine up. We're going to start over. Okay, let's try this again. Okay. Yeah, when I feathered that prop, it was bad. Yeah, move the propeller to the feather position. RPM will drop, quickly decay. When the alternator light goes on, move it back to maximum. So, there we go. Didn't blow the engine. And now we're just going to do everything for the right engine again, but all I'm going to do is start it. Does not want to start. It helps when I turn the mags on. There we go. We're indicating good on both engines. Our manifold pressure is a bit sticky. So let's see if I can't get this thing moving, right? Flight mode switch to takeoff. Mode to normal. Our controls appear backwards. That's kind of crazy. Maybe the gyro was just kind of misbehaving. But yeah, technically we're flying. Oh, I'm gonna pull the gear up. Yeah, this thing's got some issues in it. compass is moving here, RMI is moving here, HSI is behaving itself. Messing with that nose up trim to see if I can't get it to behave a little bit. Go. It works. Heading bug moves the way it's supposed to. I've got a lot of rudder in this thing because the feedback system, there's a kind of a belt that drives it, and it's broken because it's old. So I'm having to hold a lot of left rudder in here to keep this thing going the way it should be. But we're 6.6 nautical miles away from where we started. I have no idea where I am. And we're all gonna die or something. And that's all she wrote. That is really cool. So it works, and thanks for watching my crazy videos. Doing work on this thing is going to be a blast. I'm going to have some blog posts where I describe how this thing really functions. And I suspect it's going to blow a lot of minds out there when you guys find out how little actual work the computer that's on this board does. And I'll give you a hint, it's only got 1K of RAM. Thanks guys, please subscribe.